Hello, universe. Welcome to Kyrrative Talks. Today's topic is expectations and following the signs. Expectations and following the signs. Let's start off with expectations. If you don't know what the definition of an expectation is, I'm going to drop it right here, somewhere on the screen around me. But I'm sure most of you know what an expectation is. So basically, an expectation is you saying that you know the future. So in any situation or anything that you're doing or any task or whatever, if you expect the outcome of it to go a certain way, that's an expectation. That's you saying you know the future. Now let me break it down for you. When you put an expectation on something, you are going to receive consequences for that. The reason being is because an expectation is limiting your possibility. Because you don't know the future. How do you know the future? If you're out there and you know the future, please get in contact with me. Let me know. Let's sit down and talk because I would love to know about the future and how you know it. But in my opinion, in my reality, you don't know the future. Because we are the future because we're writing our future. So how do you know the end of your story if you're not even on your journey? How do you know? Because the future can be changed and will be changed because we change. So when you put an expectation on something, you're limiting your possibility of it being anything else. Let me break that one down even more for you. So I was talking to my spouse Kay the other day, and we were talking about expectations and saying what you want out loud, following the signs. It all connects, okay? So he broke it down and he was like, everything you say or you think about, you manifest. Now, if you don't know what the definition of manifest is, I'll have that around me somewhere too. But basically, manifesting is visualizing what you want. Because what you want, you can achieve. Who's to say you can't? Who's stopping you? So everything that you think and everything that you say out loud, you're manifesting. You're manifesting it to happen. So when you confuse an expectation with manifesting, with saying something out loud, there are consequences. Now, that might be confusing to you, so let me bring it all together. You're limiting yourself when you put an expectation on something. So let me give you an example. Let's say you expect to get this job, okay? Ding, right. You expect to get this job, okay? So you're telling everybody around you, oh, I got the job. It's a piece of cake, I got the job, awesome, yeah. I work here now, right? You go to the interview, 2 days later, they don't call you back. A week later, they don't call you back. And you're wondering why. Because you put an expectation. You said out loud that you got the job when you hadn't got the job yet. Now maybe that job wasn't for you, because if you followed the signs, that wasn't a part of your journey, which is why you didn't get the job, but you put that expectation on there, and you limited yourself to only getting that job. So what did the universe do? Not allow you to have that, because that's not what you want. See, your expectation that you got the job limited you because you thought you could know the future knowing that you had this job in the bag, but in the end you didn't have the job at all. And now you're back at square one. And that's how expectations, I have a saying that I say about expectations. I won't say it on here because this is public and I don't know, anyone can be watching, but expectations are some mother lovers, okay? They are, and they will get you in a tight squeeze if you allow them to. So don't allow them to. Making expectations is being fake. How about you state what you want, you manifest what you want, you visualize what you want, or what you really want. Because if you're putting an expectation on something, is that really what you want? If you're expecting to get something, is that really what you want? Because if you have to expect to get it, you can't go get it. Do you see how that plays in? If you have to expect to get something, you can't go get it. Because if I want something, I'm not expecting to get it, I'm doing it. expectations, you try, but you ain't even try. Because in that job interview, you were so cocky and so filled with excitement that you already got the job. You didn't even apply yourself. You said, oh, I got this. This is a piece of cake, you know? No need to apply myself, you know? I'm going to cut this in right now. I've been looking at the screen and not the camera. This dark circle tunnel that you look into. And my brother suggested that I look at the camera lens and not the screen. So you guys tell me what you think about that, all right? Let's look at the camera lens now. All right. So yeah, expectations. They're pointless. Let them go. Why live in a world of fake when you can have everything that's real to you? Most importantly, everything you want, you may acquire through yourself because you are your own kingdom. No one can do it like you. There's only one you for a reason, and we are all diverse for the better. Because somewhere inside of you, you have one thing that no one else can do like you. But when you limit yourself with expectations of how far you can go, of what your future holds, you will suffer from the consequences. You don't put expectations on something that you know you can achieve. When you're a dancer or a cheerleader or whatever you do, and you're in a competition with your teammates or yourself, you don't expect to be number one. From experience, if I wanted to be number one, I'm not expecting that I'm gonna be number one. I'm gonna be number one. I'm winning. I won. You know what I'm saying? I'm winning. I'm going to win. But when I expect, I expect to get I expect to finish first, I'm not confident in that expectation. I'm limiting myself. So then what is the universe going to do? Not give me what I expect. You expected that, but we're going to give you something else because obviously what you expect isn't what you want. No, I want to be first. I want to win. So what do? I go achieve it, I go grab it. But when you put that expectation on it, you don't do the work for it. When you put an expectation on something, you just throw it out into the air for the world to catch it. And you expect to be reconciled for that? What world are you living in? I understand. Let me not get too aggressive. This beautiful movie that you've been playing a role in has taught you that expectations really do hold value. But let me take you out of this beautiful movie that you've been playing a role in and place you over here in this wonderful land of freedom and happiness and being who you are. And open up your eyes and see that when you want something, you need something, when you like something, you get that something. And there isn't a language, a word choice, or a sentence fragment that can get you there. It's just you following your path, following the signs, and being who you are. And that's where the real comes in. Because when you're being real, there's no fake inside you to distract you from following the signs. Let me give you an example. I'll give you an example of me. The other day, I did something with excitement and expectation of something. And this is why I'm bringing this up, because I've experienced this. Wake up, people. See what you're doing fake and come back to the real side, okay? So I purchased something with this excitement and this expectation that it would be something of the nature that I wanted. In the end, I had to take a step back, sit within myself, and realize that that is not what I wanted. I limited myself to this one thing when there are others, bigger, better, or more for me. Not even, just more for me. And that item that I purchased was not for me at all. But see, I let the fake creep in. I let my excitement, my cockiness, knowing that, I'm going to get this thing and I'm going to do this, that, and that with it. I let that ruin the situation. I let that stop me from seeing the signs. There were three signs that were shown to me in that moment, and I ignored every single one of them because that's what I thought I wanted. See, when you think you want something, you don't want it. Because you know you want something. When you know you want something, there is nothing stopping you from getting that. You are doing it. Let's say the new Apple phone. Oh, you want it? You're gonna get it. Let's take my mom for an example. She wanted the new phone, she got it. There was no how much does it cost, there was no when would I get it by. No, I want it. I'm going to get it. I walk into the store, I get it. I leave with it. You do it because you want it. When you want your vision to come true, let's say you're working on this beautiful art piece and you know exactly what you want it to look like. So that's what it looks like because you did it. You know what you want it to look like, so you put it together. Piece by piece, moment by moment, day by day, whatever. And it looks exactly how you want it to look because you knew how you wanted it to look. But if you think you know how you want it to look, you know how many ideas are probably popping into your head? Oh, I think I want it this way. And then there's another idea that pops into your head. So it changes this idea, so then you have this idea, then you have this idea, and they just all get mixed together. So then, you have expectations. You stop following the signs, you stop being who you are. You first have to look within yourself, something I've been learning. You first have to look within yourself to live for yourself. I feel as though that was a lot, but I could so talk more. But this is only my second episode, so. I will note something from the first episode, The Real and Fake. If you have fake people around you, my only advice is to remove yourself from those situations and surround yourself with like-minded people. I was recently informed this by an individual, and she told me to surround myself with like-minded people, like-minded individuals. Take myself out of this bubble and surround myself with like-minded individuals. And then I would see myself and be myself. Because if you're in a situation with fake people, you're putting on this persona that you don't even understand, that you don't even comprehend, that you don't even understand. You're not being who you are. When you put on that personification or that persona in front of these fake people, you've lost yourself. Now you're becoming someone who you aren't just to please them. And like I said in my last video by Kevin Gates, if you entertain a clown, you become part of the circus. That's the same thing. Why are you entertaining these fake people around you? Why aren't you surrounding yourself with those real, like-minded people who understand you, who listen to you, who give you feedback, honesty, truth, and loyalty, support, raging for you? And yet you still walking with the fake people who don't even remember your name or can't even pronounce it for that matter? Wake up. Who are you really trying to impress, them or yourself? You can only be you. And when you allow yourself to only be you, that is all you can be. So anything else that anyone else has to say or do or see or talk about, it doesn't pertain to you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think or what they say or how they feel, because you're being you. And that's what I'm here to share with you guys. That being you literally is the best thing that you could ever do in this world. If everyone continues to just be them, wholeheartedly, full reflection, expressing their whole self, this world would be so much brighter. But we've been clouded by darkness, and that is another topic